Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. Of course, it's on Tuesday because I had issues with my internet yesterday. I'm so sorry about that. You know, technology is wonderful until it's not, and when it's not, it's a royal pain in the patella. But anyway, I digress. We're here together today, and hopefully you are able to join me and see me okay, and everything is flowing as it should be. I have a fabulous project to share with you today, so I'm going to get right to it. This project is part of the Snailed product suite that's retiring in just a few days. I'm so sad about this because the Snailed collection is so cute. I mean, it's just absolutely stinking adorable. But anyway, this weekend I had my in-person Stampin' Bingo event, and Snailed was the theme of the bingo. And so I wanted to share some of my projects with you, and then I'm going to show you how I created this card, because while it may look plain and simple on the front, and albeit very cute, on the inside, it's a pop-up card. Isn't that adorable? I love it. All right, so I'm going to recreate this card. I'm going to show you how it's done, and that way, if you'd like to make one yourself, you can. Of course, you can use this same template, the same measurements and everything, for pretty much any theme of cards that you'd like, okay? So, to get started, you're going to need a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is going to give you your standard card base. And then you're going to cut a basic white piece, and this piece measures 8 1/4 by 5 1/4. And it's scored at 4 1/8 of an inch. So you'll notice that it's an 1/8 of an inch smaller on both sides, and therefore is scored an 1/8 of an inch smaller in the center. Now you'll probably notice the little cut marks here. So I will tell you how I did that. I folded the paper in half and then put it on my Stampin' trimmer. Let me get it here and see if I can turn it so you can see. Okay. And then I had the folded edge up against the edge. And my first mark was at 1 inch. And I cut it up 1/2 of an inch. Okay. So let me get my score mark out. I just brought the trimming blade up 1/2 inch, okay? And then I moved it over to 1.5 inches and brought the trimming blade up 1/2 inch again. And then moved it over to 2 3/8 of an inch. And this time I brought it up to the 3/4 inch mark. And then I went over to 2 7/8. Now at this point, maybe you notice that these are 1/2 inch wide segments. So this tab is 1/2 inch wide, this tab is 1/2 inch wide, and then this tab is 1/2 inch wide. So I have done my second tab at 2 7/8. And then I go over to 3 3/4 to do the first part of my last tab. And then 4 1/4 of an inch for my final tab. And that gives me 3 cutout sections. And I'm not cutting it out completely. I'm just cutting lines on either side so that it's going to make a pop-up. Let me get my trimmer out of the way. Now that we have these marks cut, you'll open the paper and you're going to poke out, like use your fingers to manipulate those little tabs and bend them out the opposite direction, okay? and then fold your paper and give them kind of a little tug so that it pulls them all the way to the score line, or all the way to the end of the cut, I should say. And then burnish them down again. This way you'll have a good pop out. Alright, so once you do that, you'll see there's our pop out tabs right there. From this point, we can literally put whatever we want on it. And you'll notice when I put it inside the card, I'm lining up fold to fold, and it's giving me a nice border around the edges, and I could put whatever I want to on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Stampin' seal, and I'm going to adhere one side at a time. Alright, so I'm going to be generous with my adhesive because it's got mechanics to it. And really want to get in here in these folded areas because I want to make sure they don't go anywhere. Okay, and now the side that has adhesive I'm going to leave up. That way I can manipulate the other side where I want it. So I'm going to just take it and I can lay it down and move it around at this point because the adhesive side is up. And I find right about where my center is. I'm going to fold the card down, press the adhesive to that side, and now when I open it, the adhesive is to this side, but this side is still loose. Okay, so now I'll put my adhesive to this side, and that just helps you to be able to center the card and not have to worry about it. And you don't have to worry about the tabs or anything either. It just makes it easier to place the layer inside the card, okay? And then put this side down, and now we have the inside of our card. All right? Now on this one I put "you snailed it," but for this card I'm going to leave it blank inside because I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It may end up being a birthday card, or it may be a "hey, I'm thinking of you," or whatever. I don't know yet, so I'm going to leave it blank inside. But I will go ahead and work on the front, and then I'll show you how to attach the things inside, okay? So for the outside, I have a piece of 4" by 5 1/4" designer series paper, and I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 3/4" real red cardstock. And I'm going to layer those like that. I have a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock that I've used the postage stamp die from the Snailed It dies, so I'll put that there. And then I've die cut this adorable little snail, and then I have fussy cut these from designer series paper. Okay, so this is going to go on the front, and these pieces are going to go on our inside tabs. So let's go ahead and finish assembling our front. I want to put some adhesive right there for my red strip and put it down first. There we go. And then I'm going to take some of the pink twine, and I'm going to wrap it around this piece. So that's why I'm assembling it separate from the card. Oh, thanks, Veronica. I appreciate that. It is a really fun little card. Super cute. Okay, now I'm going to wrap my twine around twice. And if you've followed my videos before, you know when I'm tying bows in things, I like to pull my designer paper or cardstock up just a little bit. I want it to bow up just enough that when I tie my bow, it relaxes flat. I don't want to cinch it up so tight that I crease it. That's not my intention, but sometimes I struggle with making sure that my bows are snug once I've got them cinched down. So I found that if I just bow the paper a tiny bit while I'm doing my bow, then I can give it a little tug and the paper lays flat. See there? It works out perfectly, and I can just trim my ends, and then I don't have to worry about my bow, my twine, or my ribbon. Actually, I can do it with either one. I don't have to worry about it being loose, so I like it to be nice and snug against the card. And if your loops on your twine give you trouble, just twist in the same direction that the twine already twists automatically, and that'll help you kind of get it to untangle a little or untwist a little. And then we'll snip off right there. All right, now that's good. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this panel to the front of the card now. Make sure it's even here. There we go. And I'm going to go right over the top of the twine there just to make sure that it stays. And even a little bit across the back of it. Okay. And then we'll line this piece up just like so. Now on my sample, I did 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 so that I had just the teeniest, tiniest little border on here. But when you're using designer series paper that's 12 by 12, if you do it 4 inches, then you get extra pieces per sheet of paper. So even though that 1/8 of an inch doesn't make a huge amount of difference, it makes a spectacular difference when you're cutting the designer series paper. So this one was done without regard to saving paper, and this one was done with saving paper in mind, and you can see that there's not a whole lot of difference there. So you don't have to worry too much about not using that other little 1/8 of an inch, okay? All right, now I'm going to put the postage piece on dimensionals. So I'll just put some of those on here, and then I'm going to put it right over the top. Oops, I grabbed an extra one. There we go. I'm not going to put any in the center because I'm actually going to go right over the top of the twine, and the twine is going to help kind of give the stability in the center. If I were to put a dimensional right in the center, it would be raised up right there, and I don't want it to do that. So let me just go overlap it like that, and see it holds it up just fine. And then I'm going to use liquid glue to attach this big snail on the front. Okay. I'm really gonna miss the snails when they're gone. Okay, and then I don't know if you can see them, but I've got some of those adorable little resin hearts right there. So I'll go ahead and put those on, and then we'll go to the inside and get the pop-up pieces put on, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put one here. I'll put one down here. And then I'm going to put one right there. All right, now that's done. Looks adorable. So cute. All right, for the inside, you're going to put adhesive on the front of each of the pop-up parts, not the top. All right, so if you notice here, you can see down inside of there where the tops are. The tops have nothing on them, okay? The adhesive is only on the front, all right? So what I want to do first is I'm layering these two mushrooms together. So you can see I've done that here. Let me grab my liquid glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here on this edge. I'm not going to put any on the other side because I don't want it to stick my card. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then these are going to go in this order. So I'll just take my liquid glue and put it on that front panel, and just a nice thin little layer here, okay? Not a whole lot. Give it just a second to set so that it gets tacky. All right. And then I'm going to start with the mushrooms because I want them to go to the back. So I'll just touch it right there. Hold it for just a second. And then I'm going to put Mr. Snail right in front. And then I'll put this little guy right there. Okay. Now I'll let it set for just a second, and then I can fold it down and give them a good press. All right? And then there you have it, friends. Isn't that adorable? So cute. I love it. All right, now, one thing that you can notice and you can adjust for your own project is that if you see the center snail on this side, I didn't cut the center tab as far in as I did on this side. So there's a lot more dimension going on the right hand side than there is the left hand side. Now they're cut the exact same way, but one of them was cut at 1 inch and 1 inch in instead of 3/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch. Okay, so remember when we were cutting up from the fold, you can cut at different layers so that you have like a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch, 1 inch and 1 inch, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Or you can go even more dramatic and be 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, 1 1/2, 3/4 and 3/4. The only thing you want to remember is that both cuts for the one tab are the same length in from the fold, okay? So when you have the paper folded, you want to just make sure that both of these are the same length in from the fold. So this one can be, you know, a 1/2 inch, this one can be 2 inches, this one can be 3/4, this one can be 2 again, or whatever you want. And you can do as many of them as you want, as long as you leave a little space between and the two lines on either side are the same. Okay, so I hope you guys will have fun and create all sorts of your own fabulous little pop-up cards. They're really easy to do and they just look so great. So they're absolutely awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to sit and do a little chit chat with you for just a minute. So I hope that you will stick around and visit with me. I'm going to show you the other two projects that we did because we had so much fun. The Stampin' Bingo was such a great time. And we do make and takes. We, of course, play a lot of bingo and win prizes. And I feed everybody, you know, because it's nice to be able to have dinner and do bingo and everything. And this time we had a speaker come and talk to us about a local organization for foster families. And it was really informative, and there was a lot of information that was given to us. And you know, it's incredible to know what things go on in our own communities that maybe we weren't even aware of. So it was really nice to have Miss Amy come and talk to us about the Isaiah 117 house. It was just absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys see on my blog or in any of my social media outlets that I'm talking about the Isaiah house, you'll know that that's what it is, and it just really touched my heart. So I'm already planning different events and things that we can do because, you know, everybody can do something, right? And when we're talking about children especially, and, you know, kids that get ripped out of their homes for no fault of their own, but just because of their circumstances and unfortunate living situations, and it's just gut-wrenching and awful. So anyway, we learned a lot, and then of course we made these beautiful projects. And so this is another one of the projects that we made, and excuse me, it's a fun little card, and it's got a couple of pockets in it. So we've got this one here that you can use to write a sweet little note. And then these ones, you can either just leave them as decorative elements, or you could put little notes on the back, whatever you'd like to do. And this card fits inside of a regular envelope, so you can send it in the mail just like any other card, which is always fabulous. I love when we can do that. So let me put this back together and I'll show you just sticking it into an envelope. You see, it fits perfectly, so that's nice. And then, uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Hold on. Woo. Phew. Excuse me. Oh, summertime allergies are in full bloom. All right, and then our last project was this fabulous easel pop-up treat holder or gift box. This was a lot of fun as well, and it's got a spot here where you can put a little secret note too, and so much fun. And then the little envelope right here kind of acts as a little closure point there, and the mushrooms act as the little stopper for the easel. So super fun. Lots of fun had. Very cute projects. They were all so much fun, and we just had a great time. So anyway, if you're local to me and you missed the Stampin' Bingo, I'm so sorry. Make sure that you sign up for the next one, because they are a lot of fun and they're worth every dime. And we have a lot of things going on. So you get goodie bags with product and prizes and all kinds of stuff. So it's a great time. Now, I will tell you that a lot is getting ready to happen coming up. There is free shipping going on Thursday, the 24th, and you can get free shipping on your entire order from Stampin' Up! From my website, every order of $50 or more. So you can visit danasullivan.stampinup.net and place an order and get free shipping on Thursday only. And then we have a second celebration that'll be coming up soon. Yay! I can't wait to get all the details about that so that I can share with you. And pre-order for demonstrators to purchase from the new upcoming holiday catalog is getting ready to go live in just a few days, and I cannot wait, because I am so excited to see what kind of products we're going to have to make holiday cards. And since it's blazing hot here in East Tennessee, I'm already thinking about things to cool me down. So if you're not a demonstrator and you would like to get your hands on products that no one else can get their hands on yet, you definitely want to sign up for the starter kit. You can get $125 of your choice of products for only 99 bucks, and you get free shipping, which is just amazing. And I would love to have you on the Stampin' Chicks team, because we just have a great time, and I would just love to get to know you better. So it's a lot of fun. And being a demonstrator is great because you get a fabulous discount on everything that you purchase, including clearance items, which Hobby Lobby doesn't even do that. So if you'd like more information about that, just let me know. Or you can visit my website also and get information there. All right, friends. I think that is it for today. I will be going live in the Paper Pumpkin groupies next Tuesday for the Expressions in Color kit. It is so cute. Oh my goodness. If you're not already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber or don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, It's a monthly kit that includes absolutely everything you need to create beautiful projects. And it comes directly to your door, and it's a lot of fun, and the projects are just gorgeous. And this is the June one that just came in, so it's so pretty. There's 9 cards, and there's always extra stuff, plus you get an exclusive stamp set and ink spots, and like I said, it includes everything that you need to make the projects. Plus, in the paper pumpkin groupies, I always show off some different ideas, alternative projects that I've created using the supplies in the kit, just in case, you know, it's not your cup of tea that particular month, which, you know, is okay because we all have different tastes and ideas. So, you know, it's fabulous to be able to come up with some alternative projects. And surely 1 or 2 of them are ones that you love. So there's always a way to use up your kit, whether you love that month's projects or not. So it's great. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, friends. I've talked to you long enough, and I've got a few more projects I need to get done this evening. So I will get off here, and I will talk to y'all another day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, my friends, stay cool, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.